The following is intended only for mature audiences. Nope, it's intended for 8th graders and old bodies, cousin.
Hello, cousin. I am Uncle Mike, your favorite YouTuber's favorite uncle. And this is year 3, week 23. Yeah, last week I thought it was week 23 and it was only week 22. But no, it's actually week 23 this week. And we are back talking about simple machines. So before we do that, please go check out some other videos, click their like buttons and give them a thumbs up. And let's stick around and let's talk about simple machines and the Type 1 lever.
The great outdoors, forever free.
Cousin, when we are talking about the lever, there's actually 3 types, and we're going to talk about the first type today, which is the Type 1 lever. And I've got a simple crowbar here that is a Type 1 lever. So the seesaw at the playground, the hammer when you're trying to put out a nail, which is what we're going to use this crowbar for today, those are Type 1 levers. And what that means is that when you look at the lever, the fulcrum or the pivot point, you've got the reaction force out here, and then at some other distance you have the effort, or where you're actually putting the effort into the lever. So like in a seesaw at the playground, it's as simple as one person's on one side creating effort, the other person then is on the other side, they're the reaction. Of course that goes back and forth, but the pivot point or the fulcrum is right in the middle. And of course we're talking about mechanical advantage still, because we're still just talking about simple machines, and we're still talking about doing work, which is the product of force and distance. So in the case of this simple crowbar here, what we're talking about is that there's work to be done here, but the distance from the fulcrum out to here is small, so the force is great, where the distance from the fulcrum out to where I am going to then put leverage on this is less force. So I have to exert less force to create a bigger distance down here of pulling the nail out. So that's how the simple lever works, especially the Type 1 lever. In future videos, we'll talk about the Type 2 and Type 3 levers. But one thing to keep in mind is that, like, this makes sense because the tool is designed for the nail to sit right down in here. And of course we've also got another little tiny, if we put effort here, little tiny distance with a wedge here. Oh yeah, we've talked about the wedge before. So you can create a longer distance, less force, short distance, great force here, and do the same thing with this, if you want to call it the pry bar, or this wedge right here, to kind of get the nail or whatever you're looking at doing to get it kind of like started. Now, one thing that a lot of people wouldn't do is they really wouldn't put it this way and put something down here and try to pull this way, right? I mean, that just doesn't make sense. But it does make sense if you think about your own body. I mean, for us, like our back, you know, the saying is you know, lift with your legs, not your back. And there's a reason for that, is because your back is actually a kind of a shitty designed lever. I mean, the muscle of your back to straighten you up, to pull you up, is a pretty small distance from the pivot point, which is really right your waist. And then if you're lifting something, it's a pretty big distance away from your waist. And so your back is backwards. Your back is designed like this type of lever, and that just sucks. So keep that in mind when we are talking about the Type 1 lever. And again, simple machines, the Type 1 lever, they're amazing. Speaking of amazing, cousin, thumbs up because you are amazing. I'm your favorite YouTuber's favorite uncle. I am Uncle Mike. You good dog? Are you a good dog? Yeah? Wanna say hello Say hello to peoples. Look right there. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Mwah. Yeah, look right there, right there. Oh, yeah. Huh? Yeah. Oh, yeah, excited. Yeah, you excited? Good girl.